What would you do if the world exiled you and declared your story over? Most people would vanish into history. But Napoleon Bonaparte didn't ask for a second chance. He took it. It was 1814. Napoleon, the man who had once crowned himself emperor and shaken the very foundations of Europe, had been defeated. His enemies, a coalition of the most powerful nations on earth, stripped him of his empire and exiled him to a tiny Mediterranean island called Elba. Elba was supposed to be his end, a cage surrounded by sea. But for Napoleon, it became a waiting room. He ruled the island like a miniature kingdom. He observed, listened, planned. And while Europe celebrated his downfall, France began to unravel. The new king, Louis XVIII, was weak. The people were discontent. The army that once followed Napoleon into fire now sat unpaid and ignored. Napoleon saw the cracks, and he knew when to strike. On February 26, 1815, he left Elba with just 600 loyal men. No navy, no battalions, just belief in the weight of his legend. He landed in the south of France near Cannes. The king's forces rushed to stop him. But when they met face to face with the man they once called emperor, Napoleon didn't draw a sword. He opened his coat, pointed to his chest, and declared, "If any of you would shoot your emperor, here I am." No one fired. Instead, they cheered. The army that had come to arrest him joined him. Every mile toward Paris, more soldiers fell in line. No battles, no blood, just loyalty reignited. By the time he reached the capital, the king had fled. Napoleon had taken back a nation without firing a single shot. He ruled again for one last chapter, a brief electric moment known as the 100 Days. But the world wouldn't let him stay. The great powers reassembled. And at Waterloo, they crushed him once and for all. He was exiled again, this time to the remote island of St. Helena. There would be no escape. But the story? That never died. Because this wasn't just a return. It was a challenge to history. So ask yourself, when the world tells you you're finished, will you wait for permission? Or will you, like Napoleon, rise from exile and reclaim your place? Because history doesn't only remember those who fall, it remembers those who refuse to stay down.